thank you so much for joining us today. I want to start this video by showing you guys the shopping vlog before we get into the haul here. You'll see the haul at the end, so I hope you enjoy the shopping in Barnes & Noble today. Hello everyone, I'm so excited to be shopping for more in-person volumes of manga. I haven't been in so long and I just really miss coming and looking at all the manga on the shelves. I see some Breaker here. My husband, he loves martial arts. He's a martial artist and it's a big part of his life. So anytime I see a martial arts related manga, regardless of the martial art, I'm intended to pick it up for him. And I did pick up volume 1 of that for him for Christmas. He's yet to read it, but it is on the TBR. So eventually we will both get to that at some point and see what he thinks about it. I see a lot of Blue Period, Blue Lock, Don to Don. I'm seeing some manhwas in here, and of course, this one was one that I'm picking up for a video idea, so I'm very excited about that. And I can't wait to show you guys what that video is eventually. It's coming out very soon. It's just got a lot of editing to it, so have patience with me on that one. I was just really excited to see so much delicious and dungeon here. There were a lot of older manga here that I noticed are getting reprints, and a few things that I had never heard of before, even with all the people I watch, like this one, Stomp, Kick, Love. I watch a lot of people who talk about new releases, and I had not heard anyone mention this. I don't know what it's about. It just caught my eye because of the colorful spine, so I'm going to have to dig into that one later. Decisions.
I'll put one of these back.
He's doing some math. Okay, I'm still looking, so I haven't fully decided on things yet. And trust me, you guys, there were a lot of big decisions made on this day when it comes to what we actually picked up. There's some volumes that I have been seeing at this Barnes & Noble here for months. Every time I come, it's the same exact ones. I don't think some of these volumes are moving on this particular shelf. I don't think people are purchasing from this shelf in particular. Like, I'm looking at those volumes of Inyed. They've not moved. This series, though, it caught my eye. It looked really cute. You can pause here to read or look it up. I just never heard of this one. It caught my interest. Wow, I never really noticed how much those initial D volumes really stick out on the shelves. Very pretty. I don't know if I'll ever be interested enough to pick those up, but they do catch my eye now. This one caught my eye because it just had a really cute spine. It's called Hikaru in the Light, and I think it's like an all ages or middle grade manga. It looked really cute. It's by Scholastic as an imprint, which is interesting.
Y'all enjoying the video? Good. Hit like and subscribe. Do it.
I recommend you do what the man says. He knows what he's talking about. Look how scary this looks. I was just really drawn into that creepy art style. I'm also trying to decide what Genji Ito I want to pick up next. I already have Uzumaki and they did have Gyo and Tomi, so let me know what I should pick up next. Has anyone read the Zelda manga? Is it any good? I'm still wondering about that. I didn't really play the games, so maybe they're just not for me. I'm just picking out a lot of things that I'm seeing. I do need to pick up more Mao. I see this really pretty blue manga here. It just caught my eye with the colors. Well, that's like the 4th exclusive first cover I've seen of that series.
That's a darling?
Yeah, it's not even that cute.
Gotta get them all.
I guess. I like the second one that came out, but I had the first one, so. I think if you're gonna do an exclusive cover, it needs to be really interesting, like spectacular even, like not just another facial expression, and that's really what that one was. I didn't pick it up to show you, I really should have, but it's just the Barnes & Noble edition. Here I'm pointing out the next volume of Marmalade Boy that I need, but I did not pick it up on this trip. It just wasn't in today's budget. So I do see a couple of things I should have picked up. Honestly, I regret not taking more time on this shelf particularly. But if you go manga shopping in person regularly, you know what it is. Like, you understand how you'll always be able to find something new when you go back through your footage or you go back through a 4th or 5th time. Like, you're always going to miss something. Stuff just pops out differently at you at different times. There is still a ton of Rent a Girlfriend. Are people still reading that? Is it still coming out actively? Let me know. Oh, and I see some volumes of Sasuke Miyano that I need to pick up. Oh, this cover is so cute. I think it's my favorite one so far. And if those of you who have read Shaman King can let me know if it's worth picking up. And I don't mean like nostalgia. Like, if that's something you grew up with, you do have nostalgia tinted glasses, let me know if it's actually worth reading, because I've always been kind of interested in it, but I don't know if I want to shelve out that kind of money yet. Ooh, spicy. And this one caught my eye. It's so white, like, and I recognize the artist. It's the same person who did What Did You Eat Yesterday? So that was kind of cool to see. All right, so now we're back home. We have a lot of manga to show you. We went to actually 2 different stores that have manga. Barnes & Noble, as you saw, and I didn't think to pull the camera out at the used manga store. They have more mostly video games and things like that, but they also have a decent manga section, and I either find nothing or I find a bunch of good stuff, and today we found a bunch of good stuff. So I didn't buy all of it because I'd already spent way too much of my budget on manga, but now we're going to show you what we got. I think he got more than I did, but we'll do a final count to see who
Weird
got
world we're living in.
Yeah, I know, right?
Strange world.
But we do read a lot. Or I read a lot of his manga. He doesn't read all of mine, but I do read most of what he gets.
What is this position, my guy?
What are you doing? What are you doing in the video? What are you doing in the video, Yang? All right, we're gonna go back and forth as we usually do when we haul together. Do you want to start since you got most?
Since I got all this stuff, is it okay? Okay.
You can do all of them together.
Yeah. Okay, so while we were at B and N, I picked up the next 2 volumes of Berserk 9 and 10. They did have 12, but you know, I just wanted to get the 2 next ones since they were there. But then when we went to the next store, Game Exchange, they actually had a bunch of Berserk volumes for half price, or not half, but heavily discounted, I guess.
Like $8.
$8 a pop. And they're still plastic wrapped, like, so I picked up 16 through 19 of that, because they didn't have the next
ones he needed.
Yeah.
But he could have bought even more, but we just decided to cut it off there. They had up to like 20 something.
Yeah, they had a bunch of them, but I just bought the closest ones to what I just got.
So now if we get the ones in between, he can binge a lot of Berserk.
Yes.
So it's going to be really good.
It sounds awesome.
So I, at the used manga store, picked up volume 2 of Naruto. I did do a first impressions of this first volume because while I watched Naruto as a kid, I never read it. So I really did enjoy it enough to continue the series. So I'm really excited. I found this one for the same price. Same place where I got the first one. Great condition. Cheap, less than $5. So I was really happy to find that one there as well.
Darn to darn. Yeah, 2 more volumes of Dun to Dun. I didn't even know that 2 more volumes came out. I thought that maybe only 1 more had come out.
It's been a while since we've been shopping.
Yeah, but something that I noticed about the covers of Dun to Dun is it's kind of like Type Kubo, where they just have immaculate drip.
Yeah.
Like just amazing style. You know what I mean?
Like that one's killer.
Yeah, this one's crazy
Look at
cool.
Okarun.
Yeah, but I just love the way that they illustrate them. It's not always in like, you know, they're fighting or whatever. Sometimes they're just dripping, you know, sometimes they're just drippy, and that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, the covers are always really good. And the last thing I got at the used manga store was something I almost got at Barnes & Noble, and I'm glad I held off because, you know, these are about $25, $30 depending on where you get them from. I got volume 2 of Vagabond, the big chunky omnibus, pretty much brand new. Sometimes people rewrap stuff, but it still looks like brand new condition. I'm really excited about that. I only paid $13 for this, so killer deal. I like Vagabond Volume 1. I do need to collect more of it before I want to continue. He hasn't tried it yet. I think he's gonna like it though, so I am gonna continue this one because I personally like it.
Seems like it's up my alley.
Yeah, Swordsman's, it's got a weird sense of humor about it, but it's not funny, if that makes sense. Like there is some there's humor to it, and I can't explain what I mean, but maybe you'll get it when you read it because it's not funny.
Yeah.
But I really like this one, so I'm excited to continue that one.
Expensive. I have to finish it out.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten so far in, you know what I mean? I thought this was going to be the last one, Solo Leveling, volume 13. I thought this would be the last one, but it is not. We flipped to the very end and it does say, to be continued in volume 14. So there is more. I thought that this would be the last one. It is not. However, if you have not read Solo Leveling, honestly, I would just watch the show.
Yeah.
Like, it's so convoluted. Like, where I am right now.
It jumps all over the place, doesn't it?
Well, it's not just it's not just the time, like, chronological order that makes it confusing. It doesn't really do that. What makes it confusing is just like the world, like when they finally pays off, like why the things are happening the way they are. You know, there's always setups and there's always payoffs in manga and manhwa and stuff. When they finally paid it off, it's so confusing. I think there are things that I've caught watching the show that I did not catch on my first read through that make the show make more sense. So I'm hoping when it gets to the more complicated parts of the manhwa, whenever they animate it and make it into a show,
More comprehensive.
I'm hoping I'll understand it better because I mean, it's fun, it's a spectacle, it's junk food, but it's also kind of hard to follow along in its later volumes.
Yeah. Well, I haven't read past a couple volumes, and I'm going to reread the whole thing once we finish the anime. It's just one of those that I wanted to wait. There's very few of them that I do that with, but this is one of those that I did want to wait because I thought, just from what he said, it is more in order and more easy to digest in the anime. So I think that will help me understand what's happening in the manga or manhwa when I read it. So that's why I haven't read it, but he's loving it, even though it's
good. Yeah, like I don't regret reading it at all. I'm just saying, like, I do think that the anime has done a good job of making it more palatable and understandable.
Okay, the next two that I got are in the same series, so I'll just throw them together. Got a little adult stuff here. They've started pumping this series out, quicker than they were. There was like 2 or 3 volumes that came out pretty decently spaced, and then all of a sudden like the next 2 or 3 were so delayed, and I don't know why. And then they were also heavily censored, so they've kind of gotten away from the heavy censoring, but we still have a little bit. This is Fire in His Fingertips, volume 7 and 8. If you don't know anything about this series, it is adult only. Do not pick this up if you are not 18 plus. It's not Steamship. I think it's one of those weird series that got caught in the middle of Ghost Ship and Steamship being created. So it's still technically Ghost Ship. That being said, it should be in Steamship because holy moly, this is the smuttiest thing I've ever read. But it's also so much fun. Like, it's not the healthiest thing I've ever read as far as like a relationship goes, but it's still really good. And for smut, it's still got great things for women to read. It's not just all for men, in my opinion. It's about a sexy fireman and his childhood crush get together, and it's really good. I'm excited to have 2 new volumes, and I hope they're not super heavily censored because, like, what's the point?
We don't want lightsabers.
No!
No! Sexy fireman? You know, I'm all about that. I'm gonna have to pick that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do these together because they're pretty much the same thing. I don't know what this is. It's Kaiju number 8. It says B-side, and it's like a different run. So I had the first volume of it. I haven't read it yet, but I went ahead and picked up the second volume of it I found today because I love Kaiju number 8. So I'm sure I'll love this. And it's not, I made sure it wasn't a light novel. But it's not. It's its own thing. Interested to see what B-side is when I get to it. And then I also picked up volume 13 and 14 of Kaiju number 8, which I'm very excited for because I really, really like the series. I like the series more than the anime because the anime dips a little bit into AI. Like, I feel...
We're very heavily convinced that a lot of the theme artwork is AI.
Like the music and the theme song and the graphics and stuff. I can't prove it, but it's got that weird AI sheen, you know what I mean? And if they're not using it, that's fine, but if they are using it, that sucks. That could have been someone's job, you know?
And I want you guys to go watch the 2 seasons intros just to see what we're talking about, because you'd have a hard time convincing me that it's not. Like, I would need to see the artist show their process to prove to me that this is not AI.
That being said, the series itself, very good. Highly recommend both the anime and the manga. I think the story itself is awesome. As someone in their 30s, to be able to follow a shonen?
Yes.
To be able to follow a shonen that's also following someone in their 30s, it's kind of cool.
It's refreshing.
Right? It's refreshing. Plus, you know, there's been so many hurdles in my life lately, big lifetime goals that I've been trying to accomplish. The same thing happens in here. It's like kind of fun to read it coinciding with what's going on in my own life.
All right, so the next thing I got, going to be involved in a new video that I have not told you guys about. I have not edited it. I just got some of the bare bones of it. So to be continued on that, but the manga I picked up for that video is Delinquent Daddy and Tender Teacher. This is story and art by Tama Mizuki. This is a BL. where these two men, I guess one of them is a delinquent and the other one is a teacher, and they just get together and there's a kid involved. I don't know if they have the kid or if they adopt the kid or if it's from another marriage or something. I don't think this is Omegaverse, which I've kind of discovered is not really my thing. I'll still read some of it to see if I ever find one that is for me. But this one doesn't say that it's Omegaverse. It says second chance at first love. So I think it's gonna be like a friendship rekindled, like relationship kind of story, which seems really cute. And I'll explain why I picked this up in the video where I do that. So I hope you guys are excited about that.
I theorize that in generations to come, they're going to be collegiate level classes where they study Omegaverse from like a sociological level and like why it exists.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
I can't wait to hear that. I hope I get to hear what they come up with.
Next one for me is Kagurabachi, which is, I got 3 volumes of it, 2, 3, and 4. I'm excited because I read the first one just to try it out, because I always read one just to see if I would like it. And honestly, the characters didn't blow me away. It had a really weak start to me. But the more I read it, like when I got like halfway through it, I was like, I'm super interested in the world. Less so than the characters, right?
Yeah.
So I'm very interested to see how the world builds more in these following
You see the potential.
chapters. Yeah, like I don't hate it. Don't get me wrong. I do. I like the first one. The first, I think, like 2 chapters I read, I was like, it's kind of weak, you know,
Yeah.
kind of generic. But then like they introduced an element to the world that like made it way more interesting for me. So I'm excited to follow that.
I can't wait to read it. I've got the first volume that he read already on my TBR shelf, so I'll be able to see what he's talking about. The next ones, I got 2 of the same series. So you guys know in my last video that I uploaded where I read manga that you guys told me to read or that I had gotten recommendations from somewhere. I read volume 1 of Villains Are Destined to Die and I was obsessed with it from the library. Well, they didn't have volume 1 at Barnes & Noble, which was sad because I wanted to get that one with a new one. But I did get 2 and 3. Expensive books. Chelsea struggles paying $20 for a manhwa, but it's just that good. I have to read some romance right now. And I love a good otome reverse harem, so I picked up 2 and 3, and these are so pretty, y'all. Like, look how gorgeous. That does help when the covers aren't hideous to pick up some new manga. I do love them though, and I can't wait to see. I don't know what guys she ends up with, but I'm really excited to read these because it was just so captivating. And you know, when I heard about what the series was, it didn't grab me. Like, I didn't think I would like it, but there's something about her having to like not die, romance being involved with that. Like, she actually falls for one of them, I'm assuming. But so far I'm really interested in getting into this one. And I wanted to pick up Wairiliana's like new ones of that, but they didn't have any of it. And normally I see like 6 or 7 volumes of it. So I just got 2 of these instead.
My last one is Record of Ragnarok, volume 15. Anytime I've ever picked this up, I always say it. It's junk food. It's sugary sweet, high in calories, low in nutrition. Like it's like I said, it's not the thinking man's.
It's fun.
It's not the thinking man's manga, but it is very fun, and it's very well illustrated, and the concept is cool. So I like it. Like I said, they're really slow to come out. Honestly, they don't come out super fast, but it's probably because of the work in the art. Like I said, the art's really good in these.
Don't watch the anime.
No, Netflix. But well, I can't say it because I've only watched like 5 minutes of the first episode. But Netflix butchered the first 5 minutes of the first episode. And I was like, I can't watch it. So
Can't do it.
I recommend reading
In all its glory.
Reading it.
Because it is really fascinating. Like, it's not a thinking man's manga, but if you're interested in anime like Fate, or Fate Stay Night, or Fate Zero, very lightly compare it to this. And I only mean that in the concept of taking historical figures and putting them in a fight scenario.
I think that's pretty comparable.
Yeah, it's just not the same vibe. But it's more gruesome, it's more brutal, it's just a tournament, like there's no other side stories going on. So you're not gonna get some in-depth character development, but you will get character development within these fights. which is really fun. Dang, you are making so much noise in this video, baby. But yeah, I think you guys should check this out if you like tournament style, if you like historical figures, gods, things of that nature. It's really interesting to learn about. I'm sure some of it's fictional, but there still is some real history in like theology in this that might interest you guys. Didn't mean to take over that last part.
No, you're fine. Oh, and Buddha's hot.
Buddha is hot.
Buddha's cool.
Yeah,
I like Buddha a lot.
The next one I picked up is volume 10 of Crossplay Love Otaku X Punk, y'all. I am going to continue pushing this one down your throat because I don't see anyone else talking about it. And just like I did for I Am a Wolf, but My Boss is a Sheep, I am pushing my agenda on you all to read this. Because while it's not the quintessential perfect BL or perfect comedy romance, whatever you want to call this, it is, to me, breaking ground. And since this has come out, I'm seeing so much more crossplay, gender trading manga. Like, I have seen so many manga come out since this started publishing that are very similar in vibe. And that could just be it's a trend. That could easily be that it's a trend in Japan to write stuff like that, and it might just be getting a push in publishing right now. But I want you guys to read this, at least give it a try, because it's really cute, and I don't know where it's headed. I don't know if this is going to turn into a BL situation, but it's teetering on that, and it might be bait, okay? I'm not going to fight you on that if you say this is BL bait, but it's funny, and there's a lot of really cute characters who have their own quirky personalities, and they care about these main two characters a lot. I don't know what the end goal is, and that's my only complaint about this, is that it might be a little long. If there's not any kind of like development in the relationship, I feel like I've wasted a little bit of time in some of these. But overall, I think it's got good stuff in here that we can't overlook. I really like the conversations on femininity in men and makeup and how we can still look nice, and the men in this dress really nicely or like really gender neutral and more feminine sometimes. And I think that that's a really cool conversation to have, and how you can't just be a dude and dress like a dude and that's all you have. Like, you can dress as a woman if you want to, no big deal. I want you guys to read that one, and I will continue to push that on you. Get used to it.
I wanted to do an honorable mention to The Boxer, because I couldn't find volume 2 today, but that was one that was on my list. It would have been The Boxer volume 2. I read the first volume. It's interesting. It feels more like a webcomic than a full-fledged like manhwa or manga. I don't know. I think it's a manhwa. But
I think it's a webcomic, actually.
Well, that makes sense. Like, the style is very simple.
Mobile.
And
like on your phone.
Yeah, and it's I don't hate it, but I also really like the material. Like, it's talking about boxing, it's talking about, you know,
anything martial arts related. I tend to pick up volume 1 for him because that's his life, like martial arts and karate and things like that. So that was one of those that I got him as a gift to try.
But I totally understand people also not liking it. Like, it's not one that I would necessarily recommend if you weren't like super interested in boxing or, you know, just like anything like that.
Gotcha. I have 2 more to go and we're done. I have volume 12 of A Condition Called Love. This is by Megami Morino, an excellent series. I did not love Wake Up Sleeping Beauty by the creator, but I think this one, creme de la creme, they got what they were doing. I think this is a fairly long series, so I'm really curious where it's going to go, because we're in volume 12 and we're already pretty deep into the relationship between these two characters. I'm not going to go into in-depth because this isn't like a review, but more of a recommendation, because I'm gonna buy all of them. Feels like how a genuine, real people relationship would go, not just between 2 perfect little teenagers who everything works out, and even if they are toxic to each other, they end up together and happily ever after. Now, this is real. These characters have flaws and a lot of inner trauma that they are projecting onto each other, and then they have to help each other grow and learn from that, and decide my relationship with this person doesn't have to be negatively affected by my trauma, and they help each other and they accept each other. And it's just really nice to read something realistic. While I love a good unrealistic shoujo, these are really, oh.
Whoa, one of our light bulbs just kicked back in. That was crazy.
That's scary.
We're getting abducted.
Anyways, this is just really refreshing. highly recommend if you don't like the tropes in normal shoujo, because this really doesn't have them. There hasn't been like a beach episode. There hasn't been a this or a that. It's just genuine relationships, I think. And the last manga I have is one that I have not picked up a volume from in a long time, but I'm in the mood for some BL, so I bought a couple today. This cover might be my favorite one so far. This is Sasaki and Miyano, volume 7. This is about two high school boys who, one of them has BL manga that he reads even though he's not like out or anything. I don't even know if he recognizes that he likes guys. And this other guy sees him reading it and he's like, hey, I want to check that out, so he lets him borrow it. And at first it seems like a regular relationship, but then Miyano, the taller one, falls for Sasaki, the smaller guy. And they start to like each other, and it turns into like a little relationship here. And their friends are super nice and supportive. There hasn't been really any pushback on it other than just their inner turmoil, or at least Sasaki's. I really, really love this. It's soft, it's cute. There's a little bit of like pining and longing in it, like you can feel the tension, but it hasn't turned like adult or, you know, overtly sexual or anything, which I think is really refreshing, because sometimes, at least back in the day, a lot of BL was pretty sexual, and sometimes I don't want to read that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And I like that some of these are more soft nowadays, and they feel like some real people would actually be like this. But I like it. I recommend it if you want something. I know a lot of people love this series. Super, super popular in the BL community. That's all the manga we have.
What are you most excited for?
Oh, out of the stack?
Yeah. What are you most excited to read?
Oh, it's either Fire in His Fingertips or Villains Are Destined to Die. It's a hard choice. I go between like a bunch of dudes and then I'm in the mood for romance right now. And, oh my goodness.
Well, Yang is here to romance
Yank
you.
wants to give me loving, and I appreciate him. He's been very loving. We were gone shopping today, so he's like missed us. What are you excited about the most?
Definitely Berserk. I've been on a Berserk, like, I have not read a manga that I'm just so excited to pick up the next copy in so long, but I am like addicted to Berserk right now.
Yeah.
And didn't get to say this earlier, but I feel like it's a critique. So far, I'm only on volume 8, but I feel like it's a critique on masculinity, toxic masculinity, and men's ability to open up and be vulnerable and like let down their guard emotionally, you know? Let me know if you read it and you got that same vibe, or if I'm just crazy for thinking that.
Yeah, don't spoil anything in the comments, please, because I'm very adamant about enjoying something as we pick it up. I try my best. We both try our best to avoid spoilers, so please don't spoil anything. But you can, like, if we ask a question, let us know what you think about certain things, because we always love to talk about manga and anime in the comments. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Yang says thank you for coming by.
Yang says like and subscribe.
Yes, you better, or he'll come and bite you.
And check out Daddy's channel,
Yes.
Samurai Clyde.
It'll be in the comments. It'll be in It'll be in the description of the video, so please go check out my husband's channel, Jonathan JB, whatever you want to call him. He is uploading martial arts content, things adjacent to martial arts, things that involve karate, tang soo do, martial arts in general. He is going to talk about it and do reviews and commentaries and fight likes. Really fun, nerdy content, along with some traditional, interesting content involving martial arts. So I hope you guys will go check him out. He's really passionate about it. That's his life. You can see his shirt here. He's a karate nerd, so I hope you'll go support him as well as me. I know a couple of you guys have already, and I do appreciate you coming out.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me for your book haul.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I look forward to doing it again in the future.
Absolutely. Yang, you want to tell him bye? You said bye. Thank you.
Goodbye.